尊敬的大会主席 Venerable Dr. Tamaranatana， 还有组委会主席张富生教授，各位学者、宗教领导跟文化的领袖们，贵宾们 ，to all the religious leaders and cultural representative and all the leaders and distinguished guests。今天呢，我会以华语跟英语一半半来参与来讲，我尽量希望英文可以讲得比较明白啦，希望大家可以了解。我今天讲的题目呢，就是修身养性。为什么选这个题目呢？就是因为现在世界的年轻人已经从以前我们看到的病都是从老年人看到的，现在已经年轻化了。20岁已经开始看到很多年轻人中了三高，在吃三高的药了。以前是没有见到这样的情况的。Now my topic of speech is to cultivate our self-body constitution in order to nourish our spirit. And now why I choose this topic is because the youngsters now is getting sick, and the aging is getting lower and lower. And now we can see 20 years old youngsters already having hypertension, high cholesterol, and high blood sugar. 目前世界已经进入了一个崭新的纪元，我们神性的提升是不断的在提升着，但是呢，同时呢，也要面对着灾难的频发，人人自危，面对海洋、空气、雨水都会被核子的泄漏污染影响，再加上化学物质的滥用，农药、化学饲料、肥料、各种添加剂、黑心食品等等，祸害人体的健康。再接下来，北极与南极的冰山的溶解，释放出的各种病毒，再加上本已仓促的冠状病毒的变种，在世间广泛的传播，我们的体质健康已受到严重的威胁。We are going into a new century. Although spiritual the spiritual recognizing is improving in our in the religious improvement, but we are still facing all sorts of disasters. We have to face the sea, the air, and the rain that have been polluted by the nuclear pollution. And additionally, the chemicals, we have been exploiting chemical substances usage, abuse the usage. In example, pesticide and also chemical animal feed and chemical fertilizers and additive agents. The worst is the adultery food. It has been harmful to our body health, human body health. And some more, now the North Pole and South Pole is the ice mountain is melting. It's releasing all types of diseases hidden million years ago. So, an additional some more, we are facing the COVID-19 diseases, mutation. It has been spreading throughout the world. Our health is actually very seriously being threatened. 我们人类必须觉醒，除了修心外，身体的病痛绝不可忽略，它可会影响我们人体体质的修养。大家都知道，修身齐家而治国平天下，首推修身。因为我们自己的身体的内的修炼是修养心与神，而外在的修体呢，是 也是非常重要的，是调理体质。我们需把病痛消除，把体内的毛病修好。我们可以借此才能提升我们的生命力，提升本性能力，来追求更完善的自身的体质与精神。Human must be awakened. Besides practicing hard training, practicing hard spiritual training, sickness in our body must not be regretted. It will affect our practice. We know that in China, we have Chinese common words: cultivating personal health, regulate family, and govern the country and the world balance. Only can get the world balance to the level, and we put cultivating personal health as the first choice, because if we, beside of training, cultivating our heart and our spiritual, externally our body health is also very important. We need to replicate our constitution, must get rid of the disease and sickness and pain in our body. Then only we can upgrade and vitality to our life. And with this, we can increase our bioenergy to gain our health, constitution, and spirit. 对修行人来说，人体本是个外在的臭皮囊，与我们体质纠缠不清的就是病痛。除了因果病外，已被缠在我们身体内的各种疾病，也必须要正面的去清除、调理与修复。For practicing spiritual and for our everybody practicing spiritual, the constitution, our body's constitution that has been entangled is diseases and pain. Besides karma, due to karma, the entangled sickness in our body must also get the rightful clearance and recuperate and repair. 为什么人类目前会面对这么多种难治的疾病呢？其实万病皆因炎症而起，潜伏在我们人体的各个部位的无菌炎症的形成呢，皆因为我们刚才我有讲的那个污染，核子的污染跟化学的滥用，造成了我们的阳体的正气，就等于是我们细胞的能量，逐渐的被清洗，就是我们所谓的正气被邪气清洗了，使到我们的人体外的肌肉等的软组织的纤维组织的肌张力，就是我们所谓的肌肉的弹性张力退化了，不能稳固我们筋骨之间的关节的力线的平衡。以中医的说法，就是我们刚才我讲了，外阳被正气清洗了，我们的阴阳表里失衡了。在当外阳正气不能固守的时候，我们肌张力的退化下，我们就很容易使到人体在不对的姿势下，或因各种的外伤时不小心的跌倒扭伤冲伤或肌肉的过度劳损，或长期受精神的压力夜睡精神烦恼等等，使到肌肉的舒张与收缩力异变，都会使到我们骨骼容易移位，就更导致我们互相对侧的肌肉被压迫或受牵拉，会造成了双侧的皮下的肌肉的容积载量不平等，形成了部分的肌肉绷紧或松弛，这就造成了脊椎的失衡。所以说，体内的一切炎症都与筋骨病变有着密切的关系。Why we are now humans are having so many unsolvable diseases? The main reason of thousands of diseases is due to inflammation in our body, and this inflammation hidden in our body since you are small, because due to the usage as I say, the leakage of the nuclear in the future, and now we are commonly exploiting the usage of chemical. So it has caused our body internally. We have already hidden many parts of enzymatic inflammation. Enzymatic inflammation means non-virus inflammation. It will cause our 阳气，我们的正气it's called the yang energy will be due to this bad unfavorable substance inside attack into our body, make us weak, and this weak has caused our yin yang imbalance. And in scientific explanation is our muscles and soft tissue, the fiber tissue will become inelastic, degenerated. Our elasticity in our muscle will be degenerated. Then it cannot hold the bone, and tissue cannot hold the bone well. Our body 力线就是 lining force will be imbalanced. Thus, due to these imbalances, the elasticity in general, we are very easily due to wrong posture or externally injuries like fall down or any injury accident, or muscles overstrain, and or spiritual, our mind overstretch. It can easily cause our muscles, the expansion and the contraction to be abnormality, and it can cause the bone to be out of alignment easily, and cause the muscles tissue in either side imbalance, and it will cause stiffness or loosening of the muscles, causing the vertebra to be imbalanced. And all this inflammation, the original cause are due to bone and muscles. Our body, 要讲华语先。筋，我们身体有2种组织，一个是硬组织，一个是软组织。软组织就是我们所谓的筋，硬组织是我们的骨骼。一旦筋骨在力线不平衡之下的话呢，不正位了，它就会出现了关节的错位，会歪斜、变形、凹凸不平、旋转、内翻、外翻等骨质不正的问题。同时也会产生了软组织，就是我们所谓筋中包含的组织，如筋膜、肌腱、腱鞘、韧带、骨囊、肌肉等等的异变，导致了脊椎两侧的肌肉卡压了穿插过的神经与血管，而逐渐铸成了局部的无菌炎症。所以说，人体的各种病痛的起源与筋骨的力线不正有密切的关系。人体外观可以看出筋骨力线的失衡。你在外观那个人，你可以看到他高低肩、长短脚、头歪斜、驼背形、头肩前、体格畸形、两臀不正等等。Our body consists of 2 systems. One is soft tissue. The other one is the hard tissue. Soft tissue include muscles and etc. Then bone is the hard tissue, hard organs. So once our muscles and our tissue and our bone is and the lining force is imbalanced, it will be out of alignment easily. So you will see it will be easily out of alignment. It will easily be slide to one side, or deformity, or we say the bone will be up and down uneven, spin around, etc. So the soft tissue include fascia, myofascia, tendon, tendinous sheath, ligament, and muscle, and etc. All the soft tissue, and the abnormality will cause the bone and the muscle to compress or suppress on either side onto the neuro and capillaries, and from there it will cause ascitic inflammation. So all sorts of disease is actually originate from muscle and bone, tissue, I mean soft tissue and bone, 筋骨. So you can see from the outside of the human body, how to differentiate whether they are bones and the muscles, the false lining are out. You can see they have up and down shoulder, different shoulder height, short long leg. The body head may be slightly to one side, inclined to one side. Hunchback, and the head and the shoulder inclined forward. Scoliosis, and the backside, both backside is uneven. 究其病因，80%的恶性病皆是我们是从慢性病恶化而成，而慢性病的形成都是来自慢性炎症，而慢性炎症呢，却由长期潜伏在体内的无菌炎症而引发的。从无菌炎症到慢性炎症，到慢性病，到恶性病的演变过程，在人体上一般是经历10年、20年、30年、40年，但现在会爆成恶性病呢？现在的才会变成恶性病，但是现在呢，以随时随地都可被恶化，可以即刻变成恶性病。从不管哪一个阶段，从慢性病或者慢性炎症，可以很快就变成恶性病了。Actually, all the worsen system in our body is started from excessive inflammation, then it can slowly from 10, 20, 30 years to 40 years, it can grow from excessive inflammation to chronic inflammation, then to chronic disease, then the end is dreadful disease. And this time procedure that pass through maybe when we are old only happen to become dreadful disease, but now it can anytime become dreadful disease. 从无菌炎症演变成慢性炎症的过程中呢，我们受影响的局部会逐渐形成黏黏、挛缩、内压增高、水肿、血肿、瘢痕、条索、增生等。中医也可称为筋结或筋可达，出现结块，可并沿五脏。中医以湿气的积聚到湿邪堵塞，形成气滞血瘀，而或可发展成为余毒积聚，最终增生硬化或成肿瘤。良性脂肪肿瘤的硬结最为常见，中医称为阳消阴长，这是肿瘤的生成的过程。From excessive inflammation to chronic inflammation, our portion that have been affected, it will start to create enhansiveness, contractment, internal pressure uneven. We can get swollen and cicatrice form. Cicatrice form, the scar form inside the body, muscles, tissue, and overgrowth, or the cicatrice or overgrowth we call hyperplasia. So, and this overgrowth can spread, can extension the disease, can affect to our organs, our other organs. In Chinese, we say it's because of the wetness, then it become blocking, it become energy blocking, the qi blocking, then it will cause bruises, then it can cause the accumulation of toxin in our body, and then it grow to overgrowth. It can become overgrowth, hyperplasia, or even the worst is to tumor. But of course, some are fatty tumor, very commonly seen fatty tumor in our body. 无菌炎症呢，就如火种一样潜伏在我们体内某些部位，随时万一受到外来的病毒或传染疾病的侵袭，就引发我们体内的炎性风暴。如发在我们脑部呢，我们就会容易发生呢心脑血管病。假如发在心包膜的话呢，它就易发为心脏病。 假如发在肾部呢，我们就很容易引发为肾萎缩；再发在脑干中的脑际液呢，就影响我们的思考力的失常。在西医来讲呢，就是神经内科的诊断认为是自身免疫性脑炎而导致的思想失常。Ascending revision is like the flame emitter hidden in our body. It will be affected. It may be affected from diseases, the COVID diseases or the pandemic viruses. It can cause this inflammation to become burst into serious inflammation. And if this inflammation happen in our brain, it will cause cardiovascular disease. If it happen in our heart, it will cause heart disease. Then if it happen in our kidney, it will give the renal atrophy, renal kidney. We need to, the kidney will get spoiled. If it happen in the brain, we say the brain stem, the cerebrospinal fluid, cerebrospinal fluid, then it will affect our brain, our thought. It will be abnormality. In Western, they put it, the Western the internal medicine will put it as an autoimmune encephalitis, EAE. It will make the brain. 很多疾病当遇到了一个瓶颈时，无法改变病况，都被称为疑难杂症。而慢性软组织损伤疾病已被世界卫生机构公认为世界疑难杂症之一。如我以上所述，软组织的损伤皆是因人体筋骨的力线的失衡而造成了体内的卡压与牵拉，造成了神经血管的各种炎症的病理因素，而这些炎症过程造成的软组织间的连连挛缩、增生、硬结等，必须以中医认真松解的治疗方法，才能松解疏通已因连连增生、硬结等被卡压的神经与微细血管。只要得到松解，这样就可以把有关软组织损伤疾病的不解困境彻底解决了。Sorry. There are many diseases has now in the WHO as considered soft tissue, chronic soft tissue injury disease is an unsolvable sickness and disease. Like what I've said, the force lining imbalances, and it causes the So time is up, sorry. So I will try my shortened form. So it causes all this intensive and overgrowth. So we need this. Just now I mentioned about we need this acupotomy treatment to release. And in the past, acupotomy is taking over what is lack of acupuncture cannot work. Because acupuncture, the diameter is too thin. And the acupotomy treatment is taking what has been done in the past of the 九针, the nine knife, 就是我们古代的九针的致敬